Hello guys and welcome for another New World video. I'm pretty sure that most of you, if not all, are surprised by the topic which we will discuss today. However, after the latest changes to the cooking and the fishing respectively, I wanted to share with you the new details about the changes in the game. For those who don't know, fishing was basically the best method for making money in the early days of New World. This was due to the fact that all treasure chests collected while fishing were rewarding the players not only the respective materials but also coins. Unfortunately, due to the huge number of bots which were programmed to fish 24/7, this forced AGS to take action, and of course the gathering skill got nerfed close to almost zero value. Of course, there were a lot of fishing enjoyers who kept doing fishing as they were happy to roleplay while doing this. But the materials that they earned were never close to be even enough for an average method of making money. And just like that, for almost up to 3 years, the trade skill of fishing was not really changed and didn't really get back to the original value once it had. This all changed with the release of Season 5 due to the fact that cooking and fishing got both reworked. Now, if we look at cooking, the changes definitely shake up the kitchen and a lot of the recipes got either removed or replaced or changed. Many of the foods are now easier to spot while using the station, and the difference between the attributes it's also not that far off. We also have a middle ground food which is basically giving 44 attributes, and this is in between the previous 40 and 48 ones. But enough with the cooking. Let's get to the point that we want to take a look at today, which is the fishing and why being a fisherman in New World is better than the last 2.5 years. In general, the fish types and the different catches didn't change much. They are still the same types of fish in different locations, such as fresh and salt water. They are still giving the respective materials after salvaging them, and so on. The big change in the fishing is that hotspots work in a different way than before. In the previous seasons, the 3-star hotspots, which are considered the best ones, had a total of 10 catches. This means that after you pull out 10 things from that place, the hotspot is completed and you must wait until the next respawn, which could take up to an hour. With full set of luck gear, including trophies and a good bait, you could have ended up with around 5 to 7 legendary fish and 3 to 5 treasure chests. As you can imagine, this was really high chance of catching legendaries, and it was not ideal for the trade skill to work, as it would kill the feeling and the appreciation of catching something rare and legendary. In the new patch, the hotspots have increased number of catches. I didn't count the exact number, but I think it's somewhere between 30 up to 35 or even 40 catches for a 3-star hotspot. From those, let's say on average 35 catches, with the same amount of luck using the same gear that I mentioned, you can end up with around 1 to 5 legendaries in best case scenario. Also, you can end up with few treasure chests, and in my own experience I ended up with around 1 to 3. All the rest will be other types of fish, which you can after that salvage for different materials. Those materials can either be used in the cooking station or in the arcana. But how come this new way is better not only for money making but also in general? How come is that possible when you catch way less legendary fish? Well, the amount of legendary fish is now a bit reduced, as you will no longer be able to catch around 6 out of 10 catches. All the 48 attribute foods, with the exception of the rabbit one, are tied up with specific legendary fish. This means that the value for those that are used in those recipes will be much higher than before. Another good addition to that is that now you can catch legendary fish anywhere on the map. Previously, all legendary ones were tied to specific zones and areas, and you could only catch this type of fish in the respective zone. Now, there is still a high chance to catch a fish in its own respective zone, but there is also a really good chance that you will catch other legendary fish in that area as well. I still remember some of the locations for maybe the most used legendary fish, so you can see them on the screen. Let me also show you a small tip which you can use if you want to pursue coin making and not really to chill and have fun. You can cast your bait in the hotspot, and after you hook your catch, you will hear a sound. There is a specific sound for each and every catch, and you can already tell if you have legendary fish on the line. The sound which you will hear after a legendary fish baits your hook is this one. In general, to conclude everything in few short notes, I think that fishing is now again a good way for making some coin without much of an investment. The gear could be a bit expensive if you buy it straight from the market, but it could also be gathered from the fishing itself. The baits used for both salt and fresh water are extremely cheap, and you technically don't need to spend anything for them. The trophies for now are also at the low end of the price, as not many people were using fishing at all. My tips for you, in case you want to give it a go, is just to find the spot where you like the surrounding area, up the volume and the effects of the game, and just relax. It is definitely a nice and pleasant experience. And with that, guys, I want to wish you good luck in your future fishing adventures and a lot of legendary fish. As always, thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, both here in YouTube and of course the live stream on Kick. Have a nice catch, and I will see you guys on the next one.